No, never. Oh, Forza football. Rochelle Humes, she used to take me to the toilet. Yeah, weird. Oh god, that is so deep. Ugh. Hello and welcome to my channel. You might remember me and my sisters doing a channel a while ago. Georgia went off to university, so it just wasn't going to work for us doing a channel together. And Emily then done her own channel, and I got asked so many times to do my own channel, and I was just a bit like, I don't know. But I've seen some like friends on Instagram doing it and stuff, and I just thought, do you know what, it's a bit of fun. It's nice to look back on, and I'm going to make it maybe like a bit of a travel vlog as well. So when I go on my travels, I'm going to put, you know, vlogs on of what I'm up to abroad and stuff. But yeah, why not give it a go, you know? It might not be regular posting, but I'm going to try. But I do work like a full-time job, and I do spend my weekends out most of the time, so I've just got to make sure that I can fit things that they said. So, to introduce myself, I'm Robyn. I go by Robynne Louise on Instagram. It was requested that I start with a Q&A that people have asked me from Instagram, some questions. So I'm going to start by answering the questions I was asked, and then if you have any further questions going down the line, you can ask, and maybe I'll do another one of these in a couple of months' time, because things may have changed by then, who knows. But yeah, don't judge, because this is my first video on my own, solo, and it's nerve-wracking. Anyway, got the questions. That's my belly, I haven't eaten today, and it's like nearly 4 o'clock. The first question is, what's yours, Ami, and Georgia's advice on how to grow social media accounts? Obviously, Emily and Georgia can't give their advice because they're not here doing this with me, but I've been really bad in the past, so I've been quite inconsistent. Like, I've had times where I've gone through, I might have had like 2, 3, 4 months where I'm really consistent and I think, right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to keep going. And then other times, I could go like 3 months and I'm like, I can't be bothered. I could give up, sort of thing. You can't be like that, unfortunately. You've got to keep consistent. And I think engaging with a lot of people that have similar accounts to you can help. I'm on like blogging groups because obviously I do blog posts as well, which obviously help me meet other people. Going to events help. I've met quite a few people for events. Which is really nice, and obviously then they follow you and then they engage with you and vice versa. I just think being consistent is the massive key to sort of something like this. And engagement, of course. You need people to engage with you, you need people to like your photos, you need people to comment on your photos, you need people to share your photos, save your photos, you need that sort of engagement to help grow. And obviously, if you've got good support around you, I'm sure your friends and family will comment on your posts. So yeah, and keeping it clean and neat. And engagement. Have you or George or Emily thought about modelling? No, never. Emily used to do a bit of modelling. I mean, I've done photo shoots in the past, but it's been more sort of like helping people out and stuff. So I'd done a photo shoot quite a while ago for a photographer who had a uni student in. She was doing fashion, so I had to wear her fashion pieces for her final piece. That was really interesting because I don't like my hair being up like in photos, and I had to have a slick back ponytail and try these like really funky outfits on. I did get paid for that, but I sort of just said I'd do it to help, sort of thing. And we've done, me and my sisters have done like a sister shoot before in a park in Essex, but that was to help people out and stuff. But Emily did used to do shoots quite often for like fashion companies when she was younger. I think she's in an agency as well. Oh, Forza football. Have you ever wanted to be dancers apart from Ami? No, not personally. I mean, I used to dance when I was young. I danced at a place called Collins Performing Arts, and people like Rochelle Humes, she used to take me to the toilet. Yeah, weird. Frankie Bridge, she was there, both from the Saturdays obviously. Jay from the In-Betweeners, I can't think of his real name. Jessie J, people like that went there. But funny story, because I actually quit because I wasn't allowed to go to the toilet in show rehearsals, and we were doing this show and people were quite bossy there. and I used to want to go to the toilet, and they'd be like, they'd shout at me and say, no, you're not going to the toilet. So I left. I quit before the show happened. Sorry. How do you deal with people who act nice to your face but talk about you and are fake? To be honest with you, I've been quite lucky. I have been the type of person that just gets on with everyone. And I think when I was at school, bullying and things like that and fakeness and bitchy girls weren't such a thing, if that makes sense. Like, obviously you still had bitchy girls, but it wasn't like it is now. I think it's a completely different ball game now, and it actually sometimes puts me off of wanting to have kids and things. Obviously that's not any plan for now, but I just mean in the future. I just think, obviously I want kids and stuff, but I don't want them to have to grow up with all this negativity of social media, like the bitchiness at school. I just think it's absolutely bizarre. Like, I could never be that type of person either. Like, me and my family have never been brought up to be like that, but over time we've learned that you can't sit back, like you can't let people walk all over you. I'm still learning, but it's difficult obviously if people are fake and stuff, but you know what, you just need to cut them off. That is the bottom line. You just need to get rid of them. You can't have toxic people in your life because it will just bring you down. You can't have people that are fake. You can't have people that are horrible. You just need to cut them off. That is literally the bottom line. Nice one, Georgia. She's doing some painting. She's shouting up. Next question. Would you move countries? If so, where and why? But not America. No, I wouldn't move countries, I don't think. I like to be able to travel, but I like coming home. Like, obviously, I know the UK has bad weather sometimes. It's quite sunny today. But I like the fact that we can go from here being cold and stuff and then to a really warm country. Obviously, I love Spain. Spain's like my favourite. But I think I'd stay at home, if I'm honest. Stay at home, stay in the UK, if I'm honest. But if I had to move country, it'd probably be to Spain because it's like home from home anyway. Oh my god, this is a really good question. Your biggest pet peeve? I have a lot. I don't think I want to get onto this one. I don't like liars. I don't like cheats. Them people infuriate me. I don't like bitchy girls. I don't like arguments. They're all like, they're not actually pet peeves. A big pet peeve of mine. I'm not even going to go on to pet peeves because I'll be here all day. What's the best advice you've been given? Best advice I've been given is to do what makes you happy. Put yourself first. Do you. Basically, that's really it. Because people take my kindness for weakness and think well, I get told a lot that I'm too nice for my own good. And sometimes you need to put yourself first to make yourself happy because you are the most important thing in your life. And I've always been one to put others first before me and my happiness. So yeah, the best advice I've ever been given is to put myself first and make myself happy. Favourite foods? I love a typical Chinese and Indian. I love Thai. If you haven't been to the Giggling Squid, you need to go. Hit me up and I'll let you know what to have because I go there all the time. What's the best place you've ever visited and where do you want to visit? That's a good one. Best place I've ever visited? I love New York. I love LA. I love Mexico. But I went to Mexico quite a few years ago now, but I still have such a good memory of it. It's weird because my memory from years ago is better than what it is from yesterday, sort of thing. Don't ask. Favourite place? If I could go anywhere now, it'd be the Maldives. I'd love to go to the Maldives. I just would love to go over 2 weeks and just chill and do nothing. Favourite place? I'm going to say LA. It's so different out there. It's so fun. The beaches are beautiful. Like, it's just such a nice place to be. How do you deal with haters? Ignore them. Because if you rise to them, they're going to think they're getting a kick out of it. And if you ignore them and you just let it go, they are just jealous. Haters could be everything someone does. They want to be that person and that's why they hate, because they can't be that person. So it's really, just honestly, don't be a hater. Seriously, it's the worst trait you could ever be. But you just ignore them, you don't rise to them, and you move on with your own life and continue doing you. When are you all starting a YouTube channel together? It needs to happen. That's my cousin Lily. The girls don't want to be in a YouTube channel with me, so I'm doing it solo for now, Lils, but you can be featured. If you had one day left, how would you spend it? Oh my god, that is so deep. If I had one day left, I would probably go to an Arsenal match, if it was on, obviously. I would come home. I'd probably go to Giggling Squid, actually, before I come home. And I would have all my friends and family around in the garden to have like a party to sort of celebrate my life. Oh, that sounds so horrible. yeah, that's probably what I'd do. I'd go to football with my dad and then come home and have a nice party after I've had my food. Where's the YouTube videos at? They are coming, I promise. I know it's taken longer than expected. Michael, you are always on at me for this, and I'm sorry. Describe your sister Ami. Okay, she is kind, caring, loving, friendly. She is someone, if I was her age, I'd want to be friends with, because she's talented, she's a good person to be around, she's very energetic, so she gives you like good vibes. Yeah, she's very caring, she's very loving. She actually, in primary school, she's gonna hate me for saying this, she got an award from the teachers for being the most caring person, because there was someone at the school who was suffering in personal life and school life, and Amelie put herself out to be that person's friend and look after them and sort of take them under her wing. And she would come home of an evening and call them, and that is a really lovely thing for she was like 9 at the time, for a 9-year-old to do. So yeah, she's a very lovely girl, a very good person, and she's got a lovely heart. Are you usually early or late? That's a good question. I'm usually late, must admit. Unless I'm going out somewhere with my dad, then I'll be early. Other than that, if I'm going out on my own, guarantee I'll be late. So I'll host pranks at mine, the girls, before we go out and stuff, and they'll be coming round. I'll say, right, come round at 8 or 7:30 or whatever, and they'll come round and I'll still be getting ready. And they're like, oh my god, you told us this time. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I'm always late. Someone has asked, where would you like to work when you're older? Obviously I'm old now, so I do work full time. I love events and planning, so I'd love to be sort of an event planner. That would be my sort of dream job. Or, so we know this lady that works at Arsenal, and she deals with all like the travel of where the teams stay. Like, she does it a year in advance, so she'll fly to like Australia to sort out everything for the year after, and I would love her job. Like, she has the best job, so I'd like that, but obviously only at Arsenal, I won't work anywhere else. Favourite clothing makeup brand? Clothing, I do wear a lot of Pretty Little Thing, because we have next day delivery and I order all the time off there just for instant delivery. I just got this jumper and I'm obsessed with it. I will tag it on my Instagram, but it's so cute. So the company is luxandlove.fashion on Instagram. Makeup, oh, I've just got a new Holly Boom lip gloss and I love it. It's called Ride or Die. That's really good. I love my Kat Von D foundation because it literally covers everything. I love the Fenty Beauty lip gloss as well. That's so good. The Benefit eyebrow pencil, love that. And also, I've got another one, Elf concealer, swear by it, it's amazing. What is one makeup product you couldn't live without? Probably my foundation. So last question, how long have you been blogging for? Also, keep up the excellent work. Oh, thank you. That's really kind. I've been blogging since 2014. Literally started because of Sarah Ashcroft. She started a blog. Now it's got me thinking. So it was either 2013 or 14, the summer of. It was the 15th of August, because I remember. It was a few days before my birthday, and I was looking at Sarah Ashcroft's blog, and I was like, oh, this looks like fun. And I was like watching her just talk about things that she does in everyday life, and sort of the clothes she's been buying from like ASOS and things like that. And I thought, quite like the idea of that. But I've always been quite good at writing things, and I enjoy writing things. So I rang my uncle. I was in Spain at the time for 6 weeks, and I rang my uncle who's in London and said, I want to set up a website. And he was like, that's fine. We literally done it there and then in that night. I had this blog set up. He'd done my like URL and everything. Yeah, I started then. So I've been doing it for a while, but I'm quite, as I said earlier, I'm quite inconsistent with things. So I'll either be really like full on with it, or I'll be like, it's been a bit up and down. And obviously, like, I've started so many new accounts over time, but I'm still going. So yeah, I'm going to end that there. And I hope you enjoyed my Q&A video. Thank you for the questions. I answered a mix of questions. Obviously I haven't answered all of them, but I hope I can do this again maybe one time soon, so you can ask some more questions, maybe a little bit different to what you've heard today. And I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you back here soon for the next video. Ugh. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hopefully when quarantine's over I'll get some like features in and stuff, like Flo Roberts. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon.
Yeah, you got that yummy, yum, that yum.